This is CBS News Chicago.
Topping your 10 at 10, a live look at Grant Park, where cleanup now underway after another Lollapalooza. The grandstands are coming down after Sabrina Carpenter capped off the 4-day music fest as the headliner last night. Marissa Perlman is in Grant Park with the wrap-up of the weekend.
The streets around Grant Park are still closed at this hour, but the crews are here ready to begin the tear-down process across the festival's main stages. It's a process, though, and a process that we expect to take several days. Now, with the weather really staying beautiful across the weekend, it was another record-setting crowd on Sunday, with Sabrina Carpenter putting a bow on the last day of the festival. Day 4 of the music festival opened under sunnier skies, that lower air quality, and a final lineup of music across the festival's main stages. Now, a spokesperson for Lollapalooza with C3 says the festival will soon release official attendance figures now that the event is over. Lolla has a daily capacity of 115,000 people. The city's Office of Emergency Management and Communication will also release official incident reports and ambulance transports that happened across the event's 4 days. Last year, arrests at the festival hit a 5-year low, with the city saying police arrested 9 people across the 4 days. That was down from 14 the year before. Now, the streets around Grant Park are expected to start reopening, and that process could begin today, though we do know that Jackson and Balbo will stay closed until August 9th and 10th. We'll keep you posted on that reopening process here throughout the morning. Reporting in Grant Park, I'm Marissa Perlman, CBS News Chicago.
Thank you, Marissa. Right now, dozens of Democrats from Texas, from the state house, have fled the Lone Star State. They're now riding the week out here in Illinois with the help of Governor JB Pritzker. It is a last-ditch effort to disrupt a Republican plan to redraw the congressional district map in Texas. By not being in the state, the Republican-led Texas State House cannot move forward with a vote on that plan, which President Donald Trump supports. The group appeared with Pritzker and Carol Stream talking about what is behind the effort to redraw those congressional lines.
The tool they're using is a racist, gerrymandered map. A map that seeks to use racial lines to divide hard-working communities who have spent decades building up their power and strengthening their voices. And Governor Abbott is doing this in submission to Donald Trump.
Governor Pritzker, who is the heir to the Hyatt Hotel fortune, says he's helping with the logistics of the Texas Dems' stay. He says he's considered whether Illinois would respond to the effort by redrawing the Illinois map in Democrats' favor. Pritzker says all bets are off and everything needs to be on the table.
So Trump came up with a new scheme, rig the system by ramming through a corrupt mid-decade redistricting plan that would steal 5 congressional seats, silencing millions of voices, especially Black and Latino voters.
In a statement to the Chicago Tribune, Illinois Senate Republican leader John Curran called Pritzker's hosting of the Texas delegation, quote, the height of hypocrisy, saying that Pritzker supported independent map making. Democrats control 14 of 17 congressional seats in Illinois. Curran calls Illinois' map shameless in its attempt to remove choice from voters. Illinois last redrew its congressional map in 2021 with much criticism from Republican lawmakers in this state. Meanwhile, President Trump is defending his decision to fire the head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics. He cited a weaker than expected July jobs report for Dr. Erica McIntyre's termination. The president also says his tariffs are set to take effect on Thursday, and they will benefit the economy. Some of the hardest hit nations like Canada say negotiations will continue.
And what we've said to our American counterparts is, how can we structure the right agreement where we can both continue to supply one another?
In the Middle East, President Trump says the U.S. will provide more aid to ease starvation in Gaza. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff could tackle the war in Ukraine next week. He's planning a visit to an aid distribution site in Gaza before that. We now want to get you caught up on some breaking news that might impact your drive today, and here you see it. This is a view from CBS Skywatch above I-80, where a semi rolled from the eastbound lane into the westbound. That is where it hit a second semi-truck. We've been told one of those vehicles was carrying dry ice. Both drivers were rushed to the hospital. We understand that one of them was airlifted to Loyola Hospital in Maywood. Westbound lanes are closed right now at Brisbane, and they could be like that for several more hours. Traffic is slowly moving right there, you see, on the eastbound lane. We'll continue to watch the scene and keep you updated on any changes. Right now, thousands of Boeing workers in Illinois and Missouri are officially on strike. The jet builders say that they walked out over a labor deal. 3,200 workers at a facility downstate and 2 plants in Missouri walked off the job at midnight. The IAM union says that they voted to reject a modified 4-year labor agreement with Boeing. A Boeing executive said the company is disappointed they rejected an offer that included a 40% raise and resolved their primary issue on alternative work schedules. Last week, union members rejected a proposal that included a 20% raise over 4 years. If you ride Metra's UP Northwest line, prepare for some delays. Starting today, Union Pacific will begin a 7-week track maintenance project. The work is expected to delay all Metra train trips by at least 10 minutes. Some of them may run 30 minutes or slower. Metra will also cancel 4 midday trains in an effort to reduce congestion. That project is expected to wrap up by September 20th. Also starting today, you will not be able to buy Metra mobile tickets on older versions of the Ventra app. Riders will need to make sure that their app is updated to the latest version. Metra says all of the tickets bought before this morning will be valid until their expiration date. Now to First Alert weather on your Monday. Let's check in with meteorologist David Yeomans for how the week looks and an update on that air quality.
Yeah, good morning, Marie. Every day we keep waking up and thinking maybe this is the day when the smoke will clear. We have not yet reached that day. Still some bad wildfire smoke trying to come our way from Wisconsin. Actually, the worst of this was in place overnight, but it has since moved out of Chicago. Many of us since improving from unhealthy for sensitive groups into this yellow moderate air quality category. Most of our sensors now yellow, and that is where the Illinois EPA stays through the day today and expecting us to stay there tomorrow as well. So even though it will be a little hazy, we are not seeing any health impacts right now, and hopefully that continues through the next couple of still hazy days. Right now, otherwise, it is beautiful. 75 degrees with a low dew point, so low humidity, light winds out of the east off the lake, even though it is another very pleasant day today and tomorrow with temperatures right around normal for this time of the year. Temperatures and humidity ramp up through the end of the week. By Friday into Saturday, we have highs in the lower 90s with awful humidity, making it feel like closer to 100. We're also watching some slim chances of rain. Just a few high clouds in place right now, but you see downstate this area of rain showers. That moisture is trying to come our way this afternoon. So under a mix of high clouds and filtered sunshine, we'll also introduce a 10% chance of a little rain shower. Most of that well south of Chicago and south of I-80 this afternoon and evening. Tomorrow looks pretty similar. A little bit of haze in the sky, light winds off the lake, and again, just a small 10% chance of a couple of showers, mainly south of I-80. So today, very pleasant except for the hazy sky. An isolated shower south with highs in the lower 80s. Overnight tonight, 67 degrees as a little bit of haze continues. Very slim chances of rain as we continue to warm up through the rest of the week. As temperatures peak Friday and Saturday, we're also looking toward a better chance of rain. That coming in with a 40% chance of storms this coming Sunday. Marie, back to you.
David, thank you so much. Right now, several wildfires are burning. As scientists say, this year's wildfire season is expected to be the longest in North American history. In California, firefighters are trying to slow down a more than 40,000-acre fire burning near Santa Barbara. The Gifford fire began on Friday. It's quickly become the second largest wildfire to burn in the state this year. This, as the wildfire in Arizona's Grand Canyon National Park, is considered a mega fire because of its size. The flames that started almost a month ago now destroyed the historic Grand Canyon Lodge on the North Rim. The fire has burned more than 100,000 acres. In Utah, that state is in a state of emergency after nearly 700 wildfires ripped through Utah this year. Officials in Chile say they have found the bodies of all 5 miners who were trapped in one of the world's largest copper mines. A shaft collapsed on Thursday during a 4.3 magnitude earthquake. In total, 6 people were killed, 9 others hurt. Chile's president declared 3 days of national mourning as the investigation into that collapse continues. 2 people are now arrested in connection with helping a man who's wanted in connection with quadruple murders in Tennessee. Police describe them as associates of Austin Drummond. He's been on the run after allegedly killing 4 people last week in the town of Tiptonville, about 125 miles from Memphis. Police say an infant who's related to those victims was found on the front lawn of a random home. In Los Angeles, rapper Soulja Boy is facing a weapons charge. Police say the rapper was a passenger in a car that they pulled over. Soulja Boy, whose real name is DeAndre Cortez Way, was then arrested. LAPD officers say he was booked for being a convicted felon in possession of a firearm. It's unclear what prompted that traffic stop just hours after he left a nightclub celebrating his 35th birthday. That will do it for your 10 to 10 nonstop news. We're right back with more of your top stories.